Yo, what's going on, guys? Aimware V6 just recently released, and people have been asking me to check it out quite a bit. So I thought I'd finally go ahead and take a look. So here's the little announcement that they made for it, basically saying that it is officially live. They're claiming that the Triggerbot and Ragebot have been improved, visuals have been improved, and there's a whole new UI. And apparently, most of the products are on sale right now, which is also pretty nice. The only problem with the sale is the fact that the cheapest sub duration is not on sale. Everything else is on sale. But without further ado, let's go ahead, buy a subscription and check it out. Now, I'm aware that the cheat got cracked pretty quickly, actually. I think it was within a day of V6 releasing that it got cracked, which is a little bit embarrassing maybe, but we're going to buy the actual cheat just because I don't fully trust the crack. Obviously, I don't know much about it, but let's go ahead, download the loader, and we can go ahead and inject here. But log in, start game. Hopefully it restarts Steam because I was logged into my main. Okay, it did. That's good. I did not want to inject Aimware onto my main account. That would have been bad.
A few moments later.
Either the cheat didn't inject or it's taking a long time to inject, because I've been sitting here for about 3 minutes and it hasn't done anything. Oh, there it is. Jesus Christ. Okay, so note to everybody who gets it, it does take a while to inject, but here it is. They did do a menu redesign. I don't know if I like it necessarily. They're trying to go for like a more modern feel to it, which I don't hate, but I think it could have been executed better. It's not a bad menu, I guess, but it's not great. But honestly, the menu is barely even part of the cheat. So let's go ahead, jump into a lobby here, and let's take a look what they got. All right, here we are in game, and they have a preloaded config here. So this is a default config that the cheat automatically loads up. I didn't make this config, but we're kind of just gonna go ahead, go through everything, see what they got. Obviously, starting in the config section, looks like you can reload the config or create a new config. Let's make a real quick config. Why not? Call it no hyper. So you got your load function, save default, import from clipboard, export to clipboard, and the delete button on your config. So pretty standard config setup here. They also have a Lua Scripts section, which is pretty cool. I don't really know if there are any Luas out for it right now, but I assume there will be in the future. Heading over to the Misc tab, let's go ahead, turn it on. We've got secure mode, chat spammer, auto accept, preserve kill feed, show spectator, anti-OBS. Interesting. I wonder if it works with the display capture. Right now, I'm using a display capture, not a game capture. So I'm going to assume, yeah, it doesn't work. So I'm going to go ahead and assume that the anti-OBS setting is only for game captures. They have a watermark up here in the top right, quick plant, and they have logs as well. In movement, they have an auto strafer, auto jump, edge bug key, slow walk key, and quick stop. And it looks like everything here can be binded in some way, which is nice. So I wonder if the auto strafer it is a Rage auto strafer. Okay, it's WASD auto strafe. It's not legit auto strafe, and it doesn't look like they have an option for legit auto strafe. Over here in world, we have our third person enable. So let's go ahead and bind this to the middle mouse button. You can obviously change your third person distance, your view FOV, and your view model FOV. They have a bunch of extra stuff like radar, visualize aimbot, crosshair, and crosshair recoil. In removals, they have no flash, no smoke, no recoil, no scope overlay, and no sky. Ooh, it looks like it's kind of bugging a little bit. The zoom in with the no scope and no scope overlay kind of bugs it a little bit. They have a helper section, so they've got wallbang info that'll show you the damage. You can also have I assume this is just a penetration crosshair, and a circle as well. Oh, okay, so the circle just comes up on the actual wall, and you can also see how much damage you do to the person through the wall. They have out of FOV arrows and arrows plus info. I wonder what info that gives you. Okay, so it's like a small render of their ESP. It shows their direction, their name, their health, pretty much anything that you have set on your ESP, I assume, would show up on this info thing right here. You can also change the scale of that, obviously. You also have what I would assume is molly radius and smoke radius. And then you have grenade tracers, grenade warnings, hit effects, damage indicator, and bullet tracers. They also have night mode up at the top here, and it kind of fades into itself, but it fades in a weird way. Moving on to visuals here. So they have their classic player model overlay here, and it looks like you can kind kind of just check on or off certain things, and you can also move them around, which is nice. So say I want to have flags on the right. Maybe I want to have the weapon ESP at the top. You turn them on right here just by clicking them. And if you click this little arrow next to them, it'll pop open a window for you to edit the individual values. And you have your chams over here with plenty of different cham types. So you've got flat chams, textured chams, glow chams, plastic chams, and metallic chams. And you can change the chams for a bunch of different types of things. So you can do ragdolls, attachments, models, and you also can select team, weapon, local at the top and customize that completely. Moving on to the Ragebot tab here. So we can go ahead and enable the Ragebot here. They've got silent aim, backtrack, anti-recoil, anti-spread. You can choose a custom target selection. You can also change the FOV of the Ragebot from 1 to 180. They have a knife bot and a duck peak assist. In accuracy, they have min damage, which you can obviously set to a bind. Let's try like 65 hit chance, 96 min damage. Actually, I'm going to try HP +1. And then in here, you have auto wall and adaptive damage. You can also change the group of the weapon that you're using in this little cogwheel right here. So right now we're on shared, but if we wanted to specifically do Zeus's, we could click on Zeus and now the settings would be different. And that's the case for hitboxes and automate as well. Speaking of hitboxes, the way that they have this set up is pretty interesting. Usually there's a list of hitboxes and you just pick the hitboxes that you want. Here they have head, body, and limbs, and you can change the priority of these. So if I want it to prioritize body rather than head, I can turn off priority on head, turn on priority on body, and it'll only go for body. In automate, we have auto fire, which is the auto pistol and auto revolver. We have auto scope and we have auto stop, and you have a bunch of different auto stop conditions here. So you have stop, slow walk, duck, early, and between shots. Over here in auto peak, you can enable that. Oh, that's actually interesting. So they have the enable thing. You can bind the enable thing, but then you can also just add a key down here. I don't know if there's a point in having the keybind here. That's fine, I guess. It's just a little redundant. You have your indicator here. That's your circle at the bottom. You can change the type from hold to toggle, and you can also turn on maintain origin. But let's test out this right now. Okay. It's hitting for sure. I mean, it's not missing legits, which is a good sign. Like, I feel like it's not peeking me in very quickly. I feel like it's taking a bit. Here in anti-aim, we can enable that. In your pitch, you have down, up, fake up, and 0, and your yaw angle can be off or backward. Auto direction you can turn on at edges or at targets. So at edges is pretty much going to act like freestanding. So when you get to the edge of the wall, it'll automatically move your player model's head away from the outside. It's weird. Sometimes it doesn't want to move, which I don't really know why. The auto stop conditions are kind of weird and they're kind of bugging the cheat out. Like right now, I'm holding D. I'm holding D right now on my keyboard and it just will not want to go. It's very, very, very strange. It feels like it has a mind of its own. Like, yeah, right there, it just stops. It definitely feels a little bit strange to use, a little bit clunky, if you will. So far, not really enjoying my experience. So let's go ahead and move on to the Legitbot here. And in the Legitbot here, we got 3 tabs, Aimbot, Triggerbot, and Weapon. In Aimbot, you can enable it and you can change your aim key and your auto pistol interval. You can make the classic Aimware hitbox selections. So you basically just click on the hitbox and then you can also set priorities, and those are categorized based off of these colors. You can also change the hitbox advanced multiplier, and you can set it to target the closest enemy to your crosshair. Moving on to Triggerbot here, again, we have enable, we have your Triggerbot key, you have auto fire, and you have knife Triggerbot. In weapon down here, you can change the weapon group right here. You can change the trigger delay, the trigger burst, to hit chance, and you have some settings in here for accuracy. And again, you have the same classic hitbox selector. And in weapon, we have accuracy. So this is your RCS system. You have target, so you can change the minimum FOV range and the maximum FOV range of the Legitbot. Non-sticky target, target switch delay, burst shot delay. In aiming, we have smooth factor, smooth method, and that has dynamic or static. We have randomize factor and curve factor. And in visibility, we have auto wall and through smoke. And with all of these, you can change the weapons with this little icon in the top right. I know they were saying that the menu was more intuitive. This feels feels less intuitive to me, personally, at least. And finally, up here in the top right, we have this little cogwheel for some menu settings. So you can change the DPI scale of the menu. You can change the theme of the menu. So this is the default one. This is the light mode. And then this is the dark mode. Honestly, I think I prefer the dark mode the most. I don't really like the default mode. I think this right here looks so much better. You can also change the menu key, change the console key, and you can show binds, and that'll come up with a little binds list like this. And then we also have this little search icon. You can just search any feature and it'll bring you straight to it. Well, we have our config set up here, at least for Scout only. So we're going to go ahead and connect to an HVH server. Now, please keep in mind, I am not the greatest HVHer. This should not be a benchmark of how good Aimware is, okay? Here we are in game, and I can already see the auto strafer is not WASD now for some reason. It was WASD and now it's not WASD. Wait, what? Huh? Am I going? What am I? What? I don't really know, to be honest with you, but that's interesting. I keep getting stopped every single B-hop, which is no good. I guess we're more or less interested. Dude, like I'm stuck right now. I can't move for some reason. I literally can't peek if, okay, there we go. It at least shot at somebody. Everything feels so clunky. Like I can't move. The auto strafe barely works. It's the weirdest thing. Like I'm holding W right now. Like, I don't know. Like you have to kind of use it to understand what I mean. Let's see if I can at least hit this guy here. It's peeking the head incorrectly for some reason, and I have no idea why. Yeah, this is not good. Oh my God. I'd like it if they peeked me because I'd like to actually get an accurate, okay. It hit that guy, to be fair. But again, it like stopped me when I peeked for some reason. Yeah, again, I peeked out and I immediately pressed A and it didn't TP me back in. But to be fair, it didn't miss there. It did hit those people. This server is just too ADHD, bro. Do people actually play these like 100x speed servers? Like this seems a little insane. Bro, I can't peek back in. I was holding A and I literally could not move back in. Bro. Okay. It just got me stuck in the thing, and it actually hit him, to be fair, but like, this is just the strangest cheat, bro. I remember when I used Aimware back in CSGO, it was also kind like, look at this right now. I'm holding W. It has to be the anti-aim, right? I'm holding W right now. Look, this is so weird. This is so strange. My consensus on it is don't buy it. It's not worth it. I may have something messed up in the settings, but I feel like I don't. I feel like it should be working just fine, and it's definitely not working. So my official opinion, don't buy it. It's not worth it. Spend your money somewhere else. That's my take. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section down below. If you guys enjoyed the video, leave a like, subscribe to the channel. You guys know the deal. Hope you guys enjoyed the video.